Hey guys, what's up? It's Molly. I'm here today to talk about some new makeup releases. This is a video that I typically film every couple of weeks and just kind of chat about the things that are coming out and tell you my thoughts, whether they're things that I'm interested in or not interested in and why. So if you're curious about some of these new releases, then just keep watching. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to open my Instagram app and go to Trend Mood. That is where I get the bulk of this information. Now, I'm not going to talk about everything because that would take forever, and I don't have time for that, and neither do you. So I forgot to mention, I'm all over the place. Also, I'm only talking about cruelty-free options because that is all that I personally purchase. Okay, to start things off, we'll talk about this new release from NYX. I'm going to skip over all of these. They're releasing their Ultimate Brights eyeshadow palette that is already a thing. They're just re-releasing it in packaging for Pride Month, which is June. I'm not going to get this. I didn't want the original palette. I don't want this one. I don't need a new rainbow palette. I just recently got the Juvia's Place Valhalla palette. That's pretty rainbow-esque. And there is a different rainbow palette that I would much rather get from a company whose eyeshadows are just a little bit more consistent. NYX eyeshadows, in my experience, are very hit or miss, and I just don't have time. I don't want to try something if I don't know that it's going to be good. I have to be in a certain mood for that. And then there's some lipsticks. Sorry, the palette is $18. The lipsticks are $8.50. They've got a teal, a pink, a purple, an orange red, like a fuchsia, and another pink. And then they also have the Pride Edition Vivid Bright eyeliners. These are $7. They're water-resistant rainbow shades. So you got a yellow, a blue, orange, purple, red, teal, and orange. Another orange. Same orange, just written twice. Anyway, the only product here that I would be kind of curious to try is one of the eyeliners in the teal shade. That looks really pretty. I feel like that could be a really nice addition to a colorful look. So I might pick that up at some point, like if I'm in Ulta and I see it. But I'm not going to make a special purchase just because. And I'm not really going to Ulta right now anyways. So chances are I'm probably not going to get this. Okay. Next, Linda Hallberg Cosmetics. They are coming out with a mascara and a lip primer. The mascara is $29. It's their Infinity Power Lash Waterproof Mascara. I'm not going to get it. I want to try something from this brand really, really bad. They just have a great reputation, but I don't need to spend $29 on a mascara, especially when I love the Essence Lash Princess, which is $5. I can't really justify spending that much. I typically, if I'm going to get a high-end mascara, it's either part of a set or it's on sale. I rarely am going to spend full price for a high-end mascara because drugstore does a better, at times, job. Now, the lip primer, I would be kind of curious to try, but because I can't just include this in an Ulta or a Sephora order, I would have to go directly to the Linda Hallberg site to purchase this. That is inhibiting me from trying it. Now, if there's another one of her products that I'm interested in getting, I might get this. So I'm not ruling this one out. I'm a little bit curious about how it would perform and how it would change the performance of some of the lipsticks that maybe I'm not super crazy about because I would love to find a way to make liquid lipsticks work and be comfortable. And maybe a lip primer is what it takes. I'm curious. But at any rate, these are going to be available today. Today is May 25th. It says that it's supposed to be available today. Okay, now this next release I'm actually very excited about. This is the e.l.f. and Jkissa collaboration. We've got an eyeshadow, a brush set, and a eyeshadow duo. Now, this is a rainbow palette. I probably don't need this, right? The eyeshadow palette is $20. Typically, it's an 18-pan palette. Typically, their 18-pan palettes are $15. It's more because it's a collab. that doesn't bother me. I like Jkissa a lot. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. She does a lot of very colorful looks. Like, I don't think I ever see her wearing neutral. Maybe occasionally, but she's really, really talented. And she does not shy away from color at all. So the fact that she came out with a rainbow palette makes sense. I am pretty confident that these are going to perform well. The new e.l.f. eyeshadow formula is fantastic. Some of their old eyeshadows I don't know about, but the new ones are really, really good. So I do want this. Also, it's super cute. The names they're all named after dogs. So she has, I think, 2 pit bulls, and both of her dogs are represented in the names of the shadows. Also, they are teaming up with Angel City Pits, which is a pit bull rescue, I believe, in Los Angeles. Angel City, yeah, of course it is. But, so they've also named it after some of the rescue dogs that they have in shelter now. I am out of breath. So it's like a combination between 2 things that I love, makeup and pit bulls, and I do want it really, really bad. And we have a pit bull. He's sleeping on the couch right now, being lazy, because it's what he does. So there's this place in my heart for pits, and I love them. They're such an amazing breed in the right hands. So I definitely want to support this, and I kind of want to get it. So even though, like I said, I don't need another rainbow palette, I don't need this, but I'm probably going to get it. It's $20. I can afford a $20 eyeshadow palette. Yeah, pretty sure this is going to come home with me. The dual-ended eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadow, I don't think I'm going to get. I don't wear gold eyeshadows super frequently. The clear, there's like one side is gold and one side is clear with sparkles. The clear with sparkles would be, I'm sure, really pretty as a topper, but that's not a product that I'm probably going to get much use out of. And then there's a 6-brush eyeshadow brush set. These are really pretty. They're rainbow handles. I do like it, but I don't need any new eye brushes. I'm good. So I'm going to skip over that. Also, one other thing to note is that e.l.f. is going to be donating $1 up to $25,000 to Angel City Pits. And the way that they are doing this, instead of money from the collab, my understanding anyways, is if you post a picture of your favorite pet on Instagram, for sure, it might be Instagram and Twitter, I don't remember, with the hashtag eyes, lips, face, paws, they'll donate $1 for each picture. So I think that's kind of fun. I did it like right away. But yeah, I think that's phenomenal. Nice job. All right, next we've got some stuff from Trader Joe's. Their skincare is actually pretty legit. They've got 2 things that people seem to be going kind of nuts over. There's a watermelon facial mist for $3.99 and then a watermelon overnight face mask for $6.99. Their prices are great. The products perform well. I do want to pick up the mask. I'm kind of curious if it's a dupe for the Glow Recipe watermelon mask. I don't know if it is or not, because the Glow Recipe one is an alpha hydroxy acid mask. And this doesn't say anything about having AHA. And I haven't been using the Glow one because I'm pregnant and you're supposed to limit how much AHAs you're using during pregnancy. So it's just sitting in my medicine cabinet, not being used. But I would be curious to try this one just to see. So that is something that I am going to keep my eyes open for, because I go to Trader Joe's on a pretty regular basis, or at least I was before the pandemic. I might have to make a trip out there. I am craving some of their food too. I'm not gonna lie. Next, we've got Urban Decay. They're coming out with a new naked palette, because why not? They haven't beat that horse till it's dead yet. This is the Naked Ultraviolet palette. And honestly, I think this is pretty. There are some people I was noticing in the comments that don't like the fact that there are browns included. I think brown and purple work really well together. It makes sense to me. It also makes sense for the majority, I don't know. I was going to say the majority of Urban Decay's like customer base, but I think they kind of started as a brand that was edgy and out there. But maybe they realize that they get more sales when they include things that are wearable. That's my guess. But so I do think that this is really pretty. I like that they included the shade Lucid. It's like a mint green duochrome. It says it's a holographic green pearl shift that adds a futuristic finish. This is available. When is it going to be available? Coming soon. We don't know. And we don't know the price. I'm assuming it's going to be on par with the other Naked palettes, which I want to say, is that 54? Are they, they're 54. I think they're 54. So I'm not saying no to this, but I'm not saying yes, not right away. I want to see if I can get this on sale, either if, you know, a couple times a year, Urban Decay sends out emails, promotional emails for 20% off your purchase. I would probably pick this up then. But I'm not going to pay $54 for an eyeshadow palette. Not right now. I've been going maybe a little too ham with eyeshadow palettes in the past couple of months. So I need to pump the brakes just for a little bit. So I'm not going to get this right now. But it is 12 shades, mattes, metallics, holographic shimmers. And I think you can come up with some really fun, beautiful looks with this. Okay, next, Jeffree Star Cosmetics is releasing his cremated palette, 24 shades, $58. It's available now. In fact, actually, I think it already sold out. So it was available. I'm sure there's going to be a restock though, so I'm going to go ahead and chat about it. So there's mattes, and then there's also the new Extreme Sparkle Metallic formula. That sounds beautiful. I would kind of want this just for the sparkly metallics, but I'm not going to pick this up. And just because Jeffree Star is a brand that I shy away from. He is immersed in drama a lot of the time. He's a pretty controversial figure for various reasons, whether it's overt racism or the whole situation. I don't even know where to start. I'm not going to pick this up. And I could honestly make an hour-long video talking about why I don't support Jeffree Star Cosmetics, but I'm going to try and condense it. There have been recordings of him using the N-word, so not cool. Now, that was years ago. It sounds like he's doing better with that. So I was actually a couple months ago, I was like, maybe I will try something from Jeffree Star. I didn't. I never did. I never got around to it, because then this whole thing about the Davi situation came out last month or the month before, and that is really concerning. So if you're not aware, Jeffree Star used to tour. He was like a musical act. I don't know. I don't know what kind of music it was, but he was touring with this band, and apparently there was some guy named Davi in that band, and Davi had an affinity for obviously underage girls. And Jeffree tweeted about seeing him take like an 11-year-old girl into a hotel room and then did not do anything about that. And that's never okay. If you see something, do something. And the fact that he was complacent, in my mind, makes him almost as guilty. So I will never support Jeffree Star. Ever. Ever. And I don't care what anybody thinks about that. There's a lot of us who will not support him. There's also some super fans that would die for him, and that's ridiculous in my opinion. But let's talk about this palette. So this palette, as most Jeffree Star releases, was not without controversy. He's releasing an eyeshadow palette called Cremated during a global pandemic where over 1 million people have died. I don't know the current numbers. So not only is it called Cremated, each and every single shade is related to death. Honestly, I'm not offended by this. I'm not, because when this palette had to have been conceptualized at least 6 months prior to the pandemic. There's no way that he, in March, was like, people are dying. I'm going to name a palette cremated. That didn't happen. If that was the case, I would understand the outrage. Could he have pushed off the release date until after the pandemic? Maybe, but eyeshadows expire, so no, probably not, because this pandemic is going to be going on for a very long time. There's no end in sight. We don't know. We need a vaccine, and then we can start to think about an ending and start to imagine life going back to normal. But for now, this is it. So I don't think he really had a choice. He could have repackaged it, renamed everything, but then that creates a ton of waste because this packaging would have been created months and months ago. So he really didn't have there wasn't a good choice for him to make. Either he takes a hit financially, which of course he's not going to do that because he needs to buy Birkin bags. So either he takes a hit financially or he risks offending people that are probably going to be offended anyways. I don't know. So I don't fault him for releasing this right now. It's not that surprising. He thrives off of the shock factor. That is how he makes money. That is why he is famous. Now, there's additional things besides the eyeshadow palette. There's some lip glosses that are all gray toned, which somehow looks somewhat pretty. I don't know. But those are $18. There's a travel bag and a metal straw set. I don't know. I'm not getting any of it. Okay, let's move on. Morphe. Morphe is creating a limited edition collection for Glisten. This is for Pride Month, and Glisten evidently is an agency that helps students who identify as LGBTQ+. And I think that that's actually kind of wonderful. Kids who identify as LGBTQ+ are at huge increased risk for a ton of adverse outcomes. So the fact that there is an agency that is walking alongside those kids and trying to help them, I think is wonderful. That being said, I'm not going to buy any of this because I don't want it. So there's a 10-pan eyeshadow palette that's all shimmer. It looks like it's all shimmer. I'm not seeing any mattes. The light pink might be a matte. I could be wrong. And that's the Glisten Up Artistry palette. There's a brush collection. I haven't heard good things about Morphe brushes, but that's $26. So I'm not going to get it just because I haven't heard anything positive about their brushes. And then there's their lip gloss in Speak Out, which is a holographic rainbow sparkle for $9. And then they've got their Pride Continuous Setting Mist. I've heard great things about this setting mist, but this is in a limited edition scent, and that's $16. So I'd be kind of curious to try the setting mist. It's going to be available on May 28th, which is my wedding anniversary, at morphebrushes.com. So one cool thing is that they're donating 100% of their net proceeds. It says a minimum of $50,000 to glisten.org. A minimum. That's weird that they would say a minimum. But that's amazing. If they're actually donating 100% of their proceeds to this nonprofit organization, I don't know if they're nonprofit. I'm assuming they are. I think that's great. This is something that I can appreciate for what it is, but I don't feel a need to go out and get it. Iconic London is coming out with some new bronzers. The world's lightest bronzers that are not inclusive of dark skin tones at all. So if you're curious about that, they're available now online on their website. It says it's a natural matte sun-kissed finish, add warmth, contour, and sculpt. Silky powder creates a smooth, even complexion. But like I said, the lightest two just look like normal powders for fair to light skin. And then you've got, no. Marc Jacobs is coming out with a new collection. This is available now. He's got a new iconic eyeshadow palette. This is in the colorway Extravagance is what it's called. $49.50, which I believe is the same as his other ones. Now, this is a little confusing because this is followed by saying coming soon, but then it says available now. I don't know which it is. But that looks beautiful. So the black and gold stripes packaging is new. It's kind of fun. It's really classy. Marc Jacobs is a classy brand. I like them. They have great eyeshadow formulas. They really, really do. I have 2 of their iconic palettes. I almost bought more because Marc Jacobs was just having a big old sale. But I didn't. I got some little sample goodies and that was it. But this is beautiful. That like antique gold shade to the right of center, it might be to the left of center depending on how the picture uploads in the video. I honestly don't know. But that is beautiful. If I did not have the Dose of Colors Desi X Katie palette that has a shade really, really similar to this in it, I would probably get this just for that one shade, which is really, really not okay. I need to not do that. I would use all of these shades though. Every single one of them. I would. I really, really would. But I'm going to just kind of wait and see. I need to see swatches. I don't know why brands release promo photos that don't include swatches. So they've got that, and then they've got some new shades of their highliners, which are so good. These eyeliners are top 5 eyeliners I've ever tried. Probably the best. I'm just going to say it. These are the best eyeliners I've ever tried in my life. They're one of the only formulas that actually stays put on my waterline all day long. So they're coming out with 5 new shades. There's Antique Gold, Warm Brass, Cool Bronze, Warm Pewter, and Golden Olive. And those are going to be $26. And they're all shimmering. I really do kind of want to get one of these because I use eyeliner so often. I don't, but I might have to. They're $26. I don't know if I said that. I like it. And then there's also the At Lashed mascara for $27. I've said my piece about high-end mascaras. I'm not going to pick that up. Also there's a new, this is actually new, a new Brow Wow Duo. It's a brow powder pencil and tinted gel. Plus 1 pencil refill, which is awesome. It's $39 though. I don't know. I use eyeshadow in my eyebrows and that works just fine. So I think I'm probably gonna skip over it, but I don't know. I might pick the brow product up on sale at some point. This is ridiculous. Next, we've got another Trend Mood Spotlight. She recently started adding things from like some really lesser known indie brands. So this is by King? I think it's King. Q-I-N-G, King Beauty Shop. It's a Brazilian carnival palette. You've got 99 shades, shimmers, glitters, and mattes. This is ginormous. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. And I don't understand the color layout. It's so sporadic and weird. No. I'm sitting here looking at this, trying to figure out why it's arranged the way that it is. And I'm having a hard time. The only thing I can think of is they arranged it based on look. Like if you look at each quad, it could be a complete look. That could be it. I don't know. So, I mean, these swatches, some of them look really pretty. I think the ones that look prettiest are probably the pressed glitters that are probably applied on top of a glitter glue to make them look amazing. I'm not going to get that. But, you know, if you really want 99 eyeshadows, go for it. Don't mind all the noise. My husband's moving my son's furniture out of his bedroom because we're getting new furniture. So we're it's loud. Okay, e.l.f. is releasing a new skincare collection. This is their CBD collection, which CBD is a huge thing right now. And I don't know enough about the science behind it to know if it's something that I need to be trying. So I don't know, but here's what they're releasing. There's a CBD moisturizer for $15. It says it soothes skin, infused with hyaluronic acid. That is awesome. And sweet almond oil, known to help retain skin's moisture. So this could be a nice addition to a skincare regimen, especially for drier months. But I would kind of be curious to try it even in the summer. Then there's the CBD facial oil for $18. It says that it helps reinvigorate the complexion with notes of Japanese citrus and chamomile. And it's also infused with skin-loving ingredients like marula and grapeseed oil. I don't really use facial oils. I do have a rosehip oil that I like a lot. So I'm good on facial oil. Like, I have one. Probably don't need to like make that a new thing. Then there's a CBD body cream for $18. This is infused with CBD, known to help soothe, moisturize, and give the appearance of revitalized skin. I think any body cream is going to give your skin a revitalized appearance, just saying. It also contains skin-loving ingredients like argan oil and shea butter. So that does sound promising. I would be curious to know, A, is it scented? And B, how many ounces are you getting for $18? Because if you're getting a fair amount of product and it's got a nice scent and not that e.l.f. old lady scent, no offense to old ladies, I would be curious to try it. And then there's the eye cream for $15. This is infused with CBD, of course, like all the other products. Hyaluronic acid, known to soothe and plump, and peptide complex, known to help brighten under eyes. I'm curious about the eye cream. I have an eye cream that I'm using right now, so I don't need to go out and get another one. Skincare is one of those things where you don't want to hoard the products because they do go bad. So I'm not going to get anything right now. I might try the body cream, and actually I might try the moisturizer too. Okay, and then finally, Haus Labs, Lady Gaga's makeup brand, is releasing this Stupid Love palette. This is very heavy on the blues, and I personally don't use blue eyeshadow on a super regular basis, so I'm going to skip over this. But it's 18 shades and $48, and it was available May 19th. So wow, when did this post? Okay, yeah, every 2 weeks. Sometimes I'm late on things. Anyway, it's available on their website. I know that when she first launched her brand, she teamed up with Amazon, and that's how you ordered things. But this doesn't say anything about Amazon, so I'm kind of curious to know if she's still selling through them. It doesn't really matter. But also, when I first saw this palette, I thought it was just the Stupid palette because that was the only word that I could see. Stupid Love. It's Stupid Love. I also her releases have kind of flopped. So I certainly am not feeling a pull to run out and spend $48 on an eyeshadow palette. You know? All right, you guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. You should comment those down below. And I will see you in my next one. Thanks. Bye.